Hello everybody, and in this episode it's nothing special really. It's incredibly special. It's the first ever time we've seen this island jump that far into the future, where there are animals that do not look like animals. They were in the plains when everything else was in the rocklands. Let's get into it. We do not know what this is. It appears it evolved from the animal which is the frilled lizard that resides in the country of Australia. It is very large though. It sat in one of the island's large trees, but then it's attacked by a Quetzalcoatlus female, but it escaped. But what is this? As we follow the Quetzalcoatlus, we see it's trying to get something out of its mouth. It's a green tar-like liquid. It looks like it's burning a lot, and it's irritating. At one of our campsites, here's the footage, we managed to bag some of this acidic like blood, and one of the scientists, he got it on his hands without gloves and it burned like bad. Now he has a rash all across his hand. I'll show you the image now. It's very bad. But it's not just frilled lizard looking animals that reside here. No, it's this strange snake like creature. And here is where we finally find out what that green substance is. It isn't blood. It might be blood, but it turns out it's their own flesh melting acid that helps them break down flesh and bone. We believe it's blood too, for when we slowed down the footage of that strange lizard-like creature being attacked, it started bleeding that from where it got struck. Maybe it's a self-defense mechanism, kind of like a king cobra, where they spit out their venom. It almost seems like most of these creatures are amazing climbers. We actually managed to get a genus name on this one. We've called it Crocodilius rex, for it is humongous, about the size of Scotty. And then there's also another one that looks absolutely disturbing. It's climbed from that to here, and if you recognise this tree, yes, this thing is trying to go after a Brachiosaurus or an Apatosaurus or Brontosaurus Biny. As Biny feasts on the vegetation, the Crocodilius rex starts releasing the acid. It trickles down Biny's neck, leaving a horrible scar that will last for years. Biny thrashes around, finally knocking it off, but before he can crush it, it scurries off up into the trees. Biny and Arlo is the large Brachiosaurus by the way, have decided to lumber away and go into the open where it seems to be a lot more safer. But if they think they're in the clear, they are so wrong, because it's still stalking them. Incredibly close too. Meanwhile, we see the Quetzalcoatlus laying down. It's still burning from the acid blood. It's not as bad as how it burns on human skin. It'll probably go like Oh, I don't know what happened there. Ah! It'll probably fade away in at least an hour or so. But the smell of fresh blood is attracting something. And with this creature that we have just found, our hypothesis was correct. Most of them can climb. Now, the most remarkable thing about this, we ran the DNA. This thing is related to kangaroos. We've called it the Gobulus Rex, meaning Goblin King. In at least 15 minutes, it's went from there to here. Why has it travelled this far? Well, it smelled a dead corpse. And it's not just food that's attracted this beast. It's territory. They clash. Bites going straight through the scales, which is incredibly surprising for the one with the redhead, the Goblinus Rex, has no top teeth, just red horns. They keep clashing, ripping each other apart, practically and literally. They back off from each other before going back in. You can see the damage that they've done to each other. They size each other up again before they grapple instead of fighting. He starts viciously pounding his fists, scratching into the scales until it's unconscious. This shows the physical strength of these future creatures. For the Crocodilius Rex picks up the Goblinus Rex and throws him back onto the ground, placing foot, kicking into the mouth, but it's not dead, and he's made the fatal decision of sticking his ankle into its mouth, and it ends up with him on the ground. Soon Biney gets incredibly anxious and charges, unknowingly, crushing them both. The two creatures are now dead. Or are they? For the Goblinus Rex gets up, his body bleeding and broken. But luckily, the bull Triceratops has won, killing the final creature that has came from the future. But there is still one more. You must be thinking, what about that alien creature? Well, it turns out for once poachers came in handy and shot it to bits. This will probably cause us to see what we can do to make deals with the poachers to stop hunting down the dinosaurs, but instead if there's any other alien creatures, if they could start hunting down them and then leave the island. We hope to see you next time on Dinosaur Island. And make sure you watch the previous videos with that playlist that I've created and join my Discord if you are subscribed. See you next time.